Hello everyone and welcome to another video of Tangled Reverie, where threads and thoughts entwine. In today's video, I will be talking to you and I will be showing to you an example of patience. Patience is very important for human beings. It is so important that most major religions and ancient religions make special reference about it. So, today, while teaching you about patience, I will be starting a new project as well. It will be a project like this, a shawl, triangular shawl like this, but with much thinner thread. And for this project, I will combine the white of the thread with gold or golden of the beads. I hope you can see them now. Can you see how? Wait. Ah, can you see how tiny they are? Yes, they are. You also saw the notes I keep in my hand. I do that since I was a child. It's a habit. Anyway, so all good. Is there any problem with this project? Yes, there is. The problem is that for this type of project, where the bead is 3 millimeters, I can use a needle. Usually I use this needle here. This is a tatting needle, the thinner I have come across, where I put the beads onto the thread like this, and I complete my project. But with these ones, you see these beads are 2 millimeters. Why? Because the thread is much thinner. So if I put a 3 millimeter bead, it will be disproportional. It will not be harmonious. But if I pull this bead here until, the end of my needle, it stucks. It cannot go out, which means I cannot use the needle to thread the bead on the yarn or the thread. So what do? I need to do manual insertion. So I have to, all of these beads, you see them, a few, perhaps 1,000 of them, I have to put them into the thread manually, which is a quite difficult process. And this, ladies and gentlemen, and children, if you're watching, this is a very slow and laborious process. You see, the first one is in already. And that brings us to the topic of patience. This is one of the ways that crafting teaches patience. Trust me, in my youth, I was not a patient person. I believe that youth is the period of people where we are impatient. We want to conquer the world. We don't know how exactly we will do that, but we want to. And as age comes, if age is combined with wisdom, which is not a given, I know many old people that they are not wise at all. But if age is combined with wisdom, then patience comes. For me personally, crafting did help me a lot to gain patience. And when we say patience, we don't mean only, okay, someone said or did something that displeases me and I will wait, I will be patient, I will not react, which is an important element of patience. And is something that you can check on people when you meet people. When you meet people, it is important to not please them all the time. Displease people. See how they react when you displease them, because if you please them, Of course, they will be happy. They will show you their happy face. Try to displease them. Try to delay. Try not to deliver intentionally. Don't tell them that it is intentional, but do it. And see how they react. See their true colors. But patience can apply to many different aspects. I will give you an example. Once upon a time, there was a woman. Oh no, there were two women. They were friends. Now one decided to start studying at late age. To study, she could only do it part-time because she had responsibilities to fulfill. Studying part-time would take many years of her life. So her friend made this remark like, why do you bother? It will take so long. It will take so many years. Years passed, many years. And after, let's say, a decade, the first friend had a degree. Actually, after 10 years, the first friend had 2 degrees, a bachelor's and a master's. And her children had grown up, so she could start a career free of carrying responsibilities with the knowledge, skills, and qualification of her 2 degrees. The other friend, the one that was impatient, the one that feared the many years that studies would require, was at the exact same point. She had no further skills, no qualifications, and she was stuck in the same lifestyle. Now, you will say, not everyone wants to change their lifestyle. Not everyone wants to go through the difficult path of education. I agree. But here it was an element of patience. So, parenthesis, you saw me, I cut the edge because after a few uses, you can see that it's the tiny fibers are split, which makes it difficult for me to put it inside the bead. Whereas this one, the fibers are still in good condition, and it gives me a good edge for that. Now I will do something that might look disgusting to some of you, but this is the way we do it. I just put a little bit of saliva. You can put water if you want, but come on. And that makes the edge more stable, if I can say. Now don't worry about saliva. At the end, this will be cut, will be removed, okay? So if you are the one that you will want to make this shawl whenever it will finish, most probably after a few months or years, don't worry about hygiene. This part of the thread will be removed. So what was I saying? Yeah, patience. Patience is very important. Imagine if, not imagine if. Now that you have watched this video, after a few months or I think months, not years, months, maybe 10 months, come back and see how this white thread and these golden beads, how they will have been transformed into a beautiful, very light, almost ethereal shawl. And this could have never happened if at this stage, where I need to stay here and thread the beads one by one by hand, if I was like, oh my God, no, I cannot do that. That requires too much time. Or, it's not, because at this stage, I'm not in the productive stage. I'm not actually creating anything. This is the stage of preparation. So imagine if I was disheartened and I was like, no, I don't want to waste my time. Well, it's not wasting. Preparing is not wasting. Preparing is half of your success, not only in crafting, in everything in life. You have to prepare. You cannot just jump in and achieve something or conquer or, I don't know, get a job or something. You can't. You have to prepare. We prepare for everything in aim to enjoy a beautiful, a tasty, and a nutritious meal. What do? You have to go for shopping. You have to go home, cut the vegetables, cut the meat. If you're not vegetarian, if you're vegetarian, okay, stick with the vegetables. And then cook them. That is the preparation stage. Everything can be 1 hour, 2 hours, 3 hours if you actually cook, okay, because in some communities people just take already cooked meals and they put them in the microwave and that's it, which is not something I do. But we will talk about food and feeding in a different video. So yeah, the process of cooking is preparation. You cook for 2 or 3 hours to eat within 15 minutes. So preparation is the most, if not the most, one of the most important stages in your life. And now that I've said that, I want you to understand that this is beyond crafting, beyond cooking. Everything in life depends on how well you prepare. Everything from career, from personal relations, from intimate relations. Preparation is everything, and preparation requires patience because you don't see the final outcome, you don't see the rewarding part. But for many, many days, hours, or even months later. So, as one of the major Abrahamic religions says, and I will not mention which because my channel it's beyond religions, beyond othering, othering the human. But one of the most prominent Abrahamic religions says that God loves the patient people. Non-religious quotes say that good things come to those who wait. Now, let's be specific here. I disagree with that. It's not only to wait, it's to do, it's to act while you are waiting. And other than crafting, a very good example or a very good way to exercise your patience is nature. You can't force nature. If you see a flower, let's say a rose or a lily, and you see that it's ready to bloom or almost ready to bloom, if you go and forcefully open the petals, what you will do is you will destroy the flower. So nature and crafting and so many other things around us, they teach us how important patience is. And if you are someone who is known to be an impatient person, try to exercise this characteristic. Trust me, it will benefit you and those around you very much. And with this, I will bid you farewell for today. Thank you for listening to me, because that's the important aspect of the videos. It's not the watching, it's the listening. And you will see me, at least my hands, in one of the next videos. Until then, as always, have a peaceful and slow life. Bye-bye.